Babba da Boopy. It's Some Guy Who Cooks, starring Brett Picorni. Featuring Brett Picorni. Guest stars on the show include Sal, Peppy, and the lovely Paula. Today's episode is brought to you by Brett Picorni. What is up, guys? I got the hot plate cranked. I got some chicken ready to go. We're making something special tonight, or today, or this morning, or whenever you're watching this. Now, growing up, my family, we always loved lasagna night. However, one of my brothers did not like red sauce. I know, how do you not like tomato sauce? Anyway, for that reason, my mom always cooked an extra lasagna on the side that was made with Alfredo. Now, funny enough, the Alfredo lasagna was always the fastest one to go because we all actually really liked it. So that's what I'm going to be making you today, is an Alfredo lasagna. However, the whole thing is going to be done in the cast iron skillet. Now, I've never actually done lasagna entirely in the cast iron skillet, so I'm really intrigued to see how this turns out. I've already got the oven going. I've got this pan heating up with some olive oil, and I've got my chicken ready to go here. Now, I'm doing this chicken very simple. I'm just doing salt, pepper, and garlic. Most of the flavor in this is going to be coming from that Alfredo sauce, as well as from the extra cheese, and I'm gonna throw a few veggies in there as well. Our pan's feeling nice and warm. Even if it's not quite hot enough yet, I'm gonna start laying the chicken down now because, you know, it'll get there, and we really want this to cook nice and evenly and well. I don't wanna really burn the outside. All right, let's get this side nice and seasoned. Now, these are some nice thin cut pieces of chicken, so they cook pretty quick on the first side. I'm gonna start flipping these now. Alright guys, so our chicken is all cooked. It is delicious. Simple, wonderful. Our pan here, like I said, we're doing a skillet lasagna, so we're gonna do it all in this cast iron skillet. I've turned off the heat, obviously. Still a little warm, but it should cool down a little bit when I throw in this Alfredo sauce. What I'm excited for, though, is that there are still a lot of goodies in this pan from cooking that chicken. So I'm hoping that'll just kind of render a little bit of the chicken flavor from that into the layer of Alfredo sauce that's on the bottom. So now all that's left to do is just to assemble our lasagna. So we'll start off with the very first layer, which is this Alfredo sauce, which I made last week. So now all there's left to do really is to assemble this lasagna. The first layer, the layer on the bottom, of course, is always going to be your sauce. And we're using Alfredo because this is an Alfredo lasagna. Now, this is a white wine black garlic Alfredo. Link in the description down below to see a previous episode where I made this for you, and you can make it too. Super good. And I have a feeling it's gonna make one of the best lasagnas I've ever had. So here we go, just pouring some of this in the bottom. Ooh. Looks like we got a little bit of a skin on there. That's okay. Move it around some and that skin will break up with the residual heat in the bottom of the pan here. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Now what I have here, these are no-boil lasagna sheets, and I actually haven't used these before. Another first for me today. So I'm excited to see how they do. It says imported from Italy, so that's cool. And wow, these are big. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Perfect for our skillet lasagna, actually. Because I'm not looking to make it enormous, just make it a good size, and this is going to be a good sized lasagna. So for our next layer, of course, we're going to put on a little bit more of this sauce, but we're going to go nice and light from now on. So for this first layer, let's go ahead and start breaking apart and adding some of our chicken here. And now what's probably everybody's favorite part of a lasagna, the cheese. And now for another lasagna sheet. There we go. I'm gonna press it down pretty good there. I want it to stay and hold its shape and be nice and flat. Now this layer is going to be a little bit different. A lot of people like to add ricotta to their lasagna. For a white lasagna though, something I grew up with was cottage cheese. It may sound kind of strange, but trust me, it's really good. And I just love what it's going to do here. So I'm going to add a layer with the cottage cheese and then some of the squash and zucchini. Now this is leftover squash and zucchini from when I made the ratatouille, link in the description. And here we go, another sheet for our next layer. Now, one problem I foresee with this is that a lot of stuff is probably gonna come spilling right out the sides, but we will still work it as best we can. We're just gonna do sauce and mozzarella on this layer. Screw it, I'll throw a chicken in. By the way, I forgot to move Sal and Peppy, so I guess today's is another freebie. Here you go. This is just gonna melt and goo all over the top of that and down into it. And I look forward to seeing it when it's got a nice browned, crispy top. What I'll probably do is give it a good bake, and once everything's all melty and cohesive, throw the oven on broil for just a minute to really bubble that top layer of cheese. While that's going, I've got some chives. I'm gonna just chop these up real nice and small, and they're gonna be sort of the garnish on top of the lasagna. And just look at how nice and pretty those are. There's the oven. This is hot, but here it is. Look at that. As you can see, that Alfredo is still bubbling. Yeah, some stuff leaked out for sure, but boy, oh boy, it held its shape, and it is looking good. Now we're gonna just kind of sprinkle these chives on top. They're a great garnish, but they also do add a nice little bit of flavor. Now, Baba da Boopy, it's time for my favorite part. We're gonna cut into this bad boy. I'm gonna try it. Now, I was thinking about starting over here because it's, it's close to me, but I see that little bit of crisped cheese right there, so I'm gonna go for this corner here. All right, here we go. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Let's quickly get it onto the plate here. Woo! I know it makes it a little less pretty, but I'm putting some more sauce right on top here. And you know what? I'm gonna take that crown jewel, that piece of black garlic there. Go ahead and look right there, right in the middle. Look at that steam rising. You can see all the layers. It looks just absolutely perfect. Oh, this is gonna be great. All right, here we go. Right in there. Got all the layers in one here. Ooh. Oh yeah, that has got it going on. Here's the black garlic. Have that with a bite. That is crazy good. And you know what? A little cutting spatula here would probably do better for cutting this into some pieces. This, by the way, is a Cutco spatula spreader. Long time ago in a life not so far away, I was a Cutco sales rep, and I actually earned more in knives than I did in money. But hey, got a nice knife set out of it. So this is the kind of lasagna that if you're not careful and you don't just serve it up right away, you're probably gonna end up picking at it and eating all of it before you can get it to anybody. So be sure to share it nice and quick. Now here you can see that cottage cheese poking out. I love ricotta, but cottage cheese in an Alfredo lasagna it's something else altogether. This truly is a culinary experience, something you gotta try. Now, as far as ingredients going inside, you can put just about anything you want. I use the squash and the zucchini as well as chicken. You can also use spinach, nothing's stopping you. Heck, get fancy, maybe throw in a little prosciutto. Whatever you want, that's up to you, but whatever you do, make sure you try it with the Alfredo and, of course, that cottage cheese instead of the ricotta. And there you have it, guys. That's a skillet lasagna done in the oven with Alfredo instead of marinara. It is so good, and I'm not even a professional chef. I'm just some guy who cooks. You're still here? Oh, you guys, you do care. Well, as long as you you're still here, I hope you wouldn't mind hitting like and subscribe, because both of those would help me tremendously. And if you could also, share it with your friends. Spread the word. Comment below as well. And don't forget to watch it again if you missed Sal and Peppy. Once I get to 100 subscribes, I'm gonna do a live video. And whoever can tell me where Sal and Peppy were in all of these videos is gonna win an awesome prize. Till next time, guys.